came up on Fried Bologna, boy, what you expect?
Hello?
Yo, what's up, man?
What's up, bro?
Hey, long time no talk to.
Yeah, man. It's been a while, bro.
Yeah, and to our listeners, if y'all haven't forgotten, this is Tin Man TC.
And it's your boy, High IQ.
And this is the Fried Bologna Podcast.
The podcast is as random as Thanos going super villain savage on half the universe, bruh.
Yeah, so I take it you've seen the movie.
I did check out the movie. It was incredible. I plan to go back and try to see it again. Look, I'm not gonna waste anyone's time here. As a fan, me being a comic book fan and just a fan of film, that's it's one of the best movies I've ever seen in my lifetime. Now, I get it. It's a superhero movie. I know. But as far as a fan experience, yeah, top 10. Visuals, storyline, not waiting for action, the villain really being about that life. It can't get any better. And then at the end, you're left speechless. You can't wait for part 2.
Yeah.
When's the last time? And you can also compare this to even Black Panther. But truly, when was the last time you went to a film and you can reflect back on just the ever constant changing of emotions you experienced? I mean, you went from excitement to fear to uncertainty to mystery to at the end just being like utterly
Sadness.
shocked. Right?
Yeah. I felt the way.
Yes, seeing Peter Parker, a teen boy, just disappear in Iron Man's arms. What?
Yeah.
Come on, bruh. Yeah. Amazing film.
A couple
now,
things.
Your thoughts?
All right, a couple things. The first thing is, I think it was super dope how they kept everything still pretty organized and neat because they had so many different stories to cover. So many people were in different places that they needed to keep going back. They needed to go back to the Guardians of the Galaxy. They needed to go back to what Iron Man was doing. They needed to go back to what Captain America was doing. They needed to go back, you know what I'm saying, like to what the Scarlet Witch and Vision were doing. Like there was so many pieces to keep organized, and they did an exceptional job of that. Like you kind of felt like you were watching multiple movies at the same time, but it was all in the same movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
Phenomenal job. And also, I think it. So Samuel L. Jackson, Nick Fury. I think Samuel L. Jackson's new thing now is when he's about to die, he's about to say motherfucker. Like I think that's the new thing because I believe he did that shit in King Kong too.
You know what? You're right, and he might have done that in this is going back a number of years. Deep Blue Sea. He was in the middle of a speech before he got ate by a shark. I think he might have been in the middle of saying a cuss word then too. We gotta research that. Yeah,
I think you're right. That's the Samuel L. Jackson thing. I dig it. You know what I find wild is like Nick Fury is so well prepared for everything.
Yeah.
Like, he sees people disappearing into thin air. He's like, I knew this would happen. Let me page Captain Marvel. But okay. All right, so let's get into it for a second. About Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
Is she's supposed to be this, all-knowing, all super powerful being. Why does she need a page? She should know this shit's going on.
See, that's what I don't understand. I don't know too much about her character. I just know she's on par with, equivalent, maybe a notch below Superman. Like she's
I think
really
she's a notch above
that
Superman.
life. Maybe, I don't know.
I think
she can control time, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's what's going to lead us into part 2, where all those people that we saw wasted away are going to come back, which I understand. You know, you want things to end nicely, but part of me is like, hey, I think this should be the new beginning. You know what I mean? Like, the villain has to win a little bit, especially one as scary as the Mad Titan Thanos. Dude, he was the scariest villain since the earthquake on San Andreas. That earthquake was probably the scariest villain I've ever seen in a movie, by the way.
That was pretty, yeah. Yeah, like, as of now, he's the GOAT, man. Now, it pains me to say this, but because it will never actually happen, but if DC decided to do Darkseid, like, proper, like how Marvel did with Thanos, Darkseid is crushing Thanos. But, and that's a little bit of bias, but at the same time, DC won't get it done. DC is just disappointment corporation, man. That's they can't get shit. They can't get anything right over there, man. Like, watching that Marvel movie, man, like 10 years of amazing Marvel films, and DC's been nothing but disappointment during those 10 years, despite the Dark Knight.
Marvel has been lights out, man.
Yeah.
I think the worst one they did was Iron Man 3, and that was still pretty good. I mean, you know, in comparison to DC movies.
Right, yeah. It was still, it sucked, but it was still watchable. I actually watched it like 2 months ago.
Yeah, that one seemed more like a money grab.
Yeah, that was Robert Downey's tax write-off. I was like, yeah, why not?
Yeah.
I'll do it.
Yeah, his second baby mom wants a new Maserati, and he doesn't want to pay for it out of his wallet, so he's going to pay for it out of the movie budget.
Yeah, and I read something pretty crazy about RDJ. Forget what, maybe it was for the cameos in the Spider-Man movie, or maybe it was something else. He did a cameo on something, and it was like really, really quick. He got paid $10 million, but it was like, like the amount of lines he said.
I think it was Spider-Man, because like he was in a few scenes, you know, but like his parts weren't that long. He may spend 10 or 15 minutes in the entire movie, and then another part where you can just hear his voice.
Oh man! Shouts out to RDJ, man. That dude's killing it, man. Jeez.
Yeah. He's Marvel's biggest character. I wonder, though, if it would have started with a different character, would they be the face of Marvel? Like, if they started with Chris Evans as Captain America, would he be the guy?
Man, that's a good question, man. I don't know. Because I think Iron Man's character, like Tony Stark, he's kind of like a less fucks given James Bond, who's smarter, right? More money. I think it kind of appeals to a lot more people.
Yeah, he's like Batman.
Who else is bringing that type of, and forgive me,
cachet,
swag on screen, right?
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, I'm about to switch subjects 180 degrees, and I apologize, but we're about like 9 minutes in, and we are recording this on Sunday, May 13th, which is Mother's Day. So, Fried Bologna would like to wish all the moms out there a happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day, and even the moms that aren't doing a good job. Happy Mother's Day. You're still half committed.
Yeah, to all the IG thots who are more concerned with taking pictures of themselves than their kids. Because, I mean, you know, what would you do if your son was at home, you know, crying all night on the bedroom floor because he's hungry, and the only way to feed him is to thot on the gram for a little bit of money? So, happy Mother's Day to y'all, too.
Oh, yeah.
So, I've got a question. So, I know your mom's. I love your mom's. Wonderful lady. Um, but you know your mom differently than I know your mom. I know your mom is just a very, very sweet lady. You know your mom for real. Just like I know my mom for real. My mom is a thug. So, like, what did your mom do when you were a kid that you realized that yeah, she shouldn't be fucked with?
Um, I mean that's a great question, and I would have to say um, June 4th, 1995, and I'll never forget it. I'll never forget it because I was a young man. I was 9 years old, and I kind of started feeling like I'm my own man, and I was getting disciplined here and there, and they weren't hurting as much. You know what I mean? So I was like, oh, okay, can handle this. So I'm sure like your mom, my mom had us do chores and stuff,
Right.
and small stuff, clean your room, sweeping, maybe cut the grass, stuff like that. And I wanted to go outside and play some basketball because it's like for whatever reason, there's like a lot of kids like outside in the street playing basketball. Wanted to go join them, but didn't feel like cleaning my room. So my mom's like, "You're not going out there until you clean your room, right?" So I go up to my room and act like I'm cleaning it up, but I'm actually just getting ready to go play ball. Come back downstairs, and she's like, "Is the room clean?" And I was like, "Yep." And she's like, "Okay." And I think like as soon as I closed the door, she quickly ran up to check, and she quickly realized that the room was not clean. So
Right.
she yells, but by then I like closed the door. So my plan is to like, oh, I'm outside now. Let me just like run down the street where all the kids are playing basketball, right? And I'm fairly quick, fairly fast at this age. My speed was pretty good, and I would say like from my house to like the end of the block where the kids were playing, I would say 30 to 40 yards, right? So as I close the door, I just start kind of like jogging towards the kids, right? And then I hear slam, and my mom is right behind me. So I just turn on the I turn on the I turn on the jets. I turn on the jets. And I'm like I'm on some like Usain Bolt, like I'm gone. Cause if I get in front of the kids, she may like, nope, wrong. My mom hunted me down like Ray Lewis in the open field to just save the game in the Super Bowl. Like had to run a four flat, had to. And I had never, first off, I had never been hawked down like that ever in my life. Like I had never had a head start and then just someone catch me and tap me on the shoulder like, "Hey, what's up?" Like casually. And that was the first time by my mom. So that's when I was like, "Oh, she can do anything." Like when it comes to discipline, there are no limits. So yeah. I don't know if that paints a good picture or not, but yeah, that's a true story. Yeah, mom ran a
No,
four
no,
flat, 4-4.
I, I get that.
What about you,
Wow.
man?
All right, so I don't have it down to a date or a year, unfortunately, but I do remember this particular instance like it was yesterday. My brother and I had gotten in trouble for something. I don't know what. I'm probably 4 or 5. He's probably that would make him 6 or 7. And we had gotten in trouble for something, so we had to line up for whoopings. Now my dad whooped us on the butt. My mom whooped us on our hand. I don't really know why, but with a belt. I don't know why. Like maybe that's how they got whooped when she was a kid. So my dad is in the same, like, so this is like, we had a townhouse, like fairly small townhouse. So like the kitchen and the dining room were very, very close. So like my dad was, not too far from us, just spectating. I don't know what he got out of watching us get a whooping, but he was watching. So my brother was up first. So now my mom moisturized very often. She moisturized her hands. So I guess at this moment her hands were a little slick. And so as my brother's hand is out, about to get the whooping on his hand, again, I don't know why my mom whooped us on the hand, but she goes to, pull back the belt, like in her hand, put her arm back to strike. And the belt flew out of her hand. Now, this is funny, right? That's funny. That's a whooping blooper. That doesn't happen very often. So my brother starts to laugh because it's funny. And my dad instigating. He says, "Oh, he's laughing." You could see the fire in my mom's eyes. Just fire. The look she had on her face. I'd never been more scared for my brother. She beat the shit out of my brother. I don't even think she retrieved the belt after that. She beat the shit out of my brother. I don't even think I got the whooping. I think my brother took my whooping. And, oh man. So it was at that moment, I was like, yeah, my mom's crazy. She's out of her mind.
Now,
because it was funny. How do you not laugh?
Yeah, I mean, I hear you on that, but it's like for the sake of
I knew better.
the loved ones.
I didn't laugh.
Yeah, you gotta hold that one in, man.
Yeah, he should have.
Couple things about that story though. First off, yeah, having people line up in anticipation of the whooping, that's some mind destroying stuff, man. That's a lot of weight. Yeah, well done by your mom.
Oh yeah, she played the psychological warfare game too.
Now, that kind of reminds me, because we're both fans of boxing, etc., and we're big fans of Floyd Mayweather. When he was doing his thing, and your story kind of got me reflecting on my boxing matches with my mom. One-sided matches, and you talk about
you were the heavy bag.
Yeah. Right, yeah. And you talk about, living up to one's potential, all that stuff. Without a doubt in my mind, and I'm being serious here, it's going to sound funny, but without a doubt in my mind, I probably could have been the greatest defensive boxer ever. And I'll tell you why. Because we always talk about working hard and all that stuff, but some things are just God-given or you just have natural ability. Like the great ones have just a greater feel for the game, in addition to a lot of other things. And it comes to a point where they make impossible things look easy because it's just what they do. They've been doing it all their life. And I reflect back and, since probably the age of 7 or 8, I had perfected the shoulder roll. Like, thanks to my mom. Like, instinctively, shoulder roll, or parry the jab, right? Like, these things are rolling with punches, right? Now, these things are still to this day just natural. Had I like followed that path, had I listened to my mom through her demonstrations, we be the new TMT. So yes, thank you, Mom.
Well, since we're using boxing analogies to describe the beatdowns we receive from our mothers, my mom had a very quick piston-like right hand. Now, believe it or not, I had a somewhat of a smart mouth when I was a kid. I was always pretty sarcastic, and that got me in trouble quite a bit. So imagine that coupled with a crazy mother. I got slapped in the mouth all the time, and I never saw it coming. It was like you hear the smack before you felt it.
Oh man.
Yeah. My mom didn't play around, man. And after that incident with her, flinging the belt back and it falling out of her hand, if I would have dodged or rolled with one of those, we might not be talking today. So, happy Mother's Day, Mom. I love you. And I really hope you ain't listening to this. Oh, can I tell you a quick story? So, we're in North Carolina for my sister's graduation. My sister just graduated from college. Magna cum laude. My sister did her goddamn thing in school. I'm proud of her. So we're at this restaurant called Cracker Barrel. The whole family's there. And my cousins are talking about, it's like, hey, we were just talking and we think you and your brother should start a podcast. You guys be really funny and you guys, and we look at each other and start laughing. I was like, it's funny you say that. And they're like, why? And my brother Marco, he's like, well, me and Tony have a podcast actually, and so does TC and his buddy. They have a podcast. They're like, oh my God, really? My mom's like, I didn't know y'all had a podcast. I was like, Mom, because I don't want you listening to my podcast. I was like, you would not like the stuff I say on that podcast. She's like, are you serious? I was like, uh-huh. Like, that's why I never told you. Like, does your dad know you have one? I was like, yeah, he knows, but he don't listen. So immediately my cousins are like, oh, we're subscribing now. We got to listen.
Wow. Well, we definitely have a new listener.
Yeah.
Mama TC is definitely listening now.
Nah, I hope she ain't listening.
Oh, man. Yeah. She's probably going to get another whooping, man. But, hey.
Well, her belt is not 3,000 miles long, so I'm good.
Hey, and you know what? Kind of switching gears here, but we talked about the psychological warfare, man, right? And how moms can just be, very strategic on, how they discipline and torture. So
yes,
I was thinking about this, man. So there was a big fight this past weekend, Loma versus LeThanos's, right? Mm-hmm. And wanted to catch the fight and have some wings. And I'm not a chip guy, but ended up buying some chips, whatever, right? Some Dorito salsa verde chips, right?
Those are good chips.
Yeah, amazing chips. Now I got full off the wings, had some beers, and I was good, but I was craving a chip, so I was like, you know what? Let me just have like a chip. Open the bag, have a chip, right? And I was like, okay, it was good. It was really good. But I was like, I'll save these for tomorrow. And I'm not trying to like kill a whole bag because you end up doing that. So I had one chip, closed the bag, put it in the refrigerator, right? Watching the fight.
You put your chips in the refrigerator?
Yeah, sometimes, yeah. So
interesting.
Yeah.
Yes, bologna homies. That is weird. Continue.
So watching the fight or whatever, I'm like, man, kind of want another chip. I was like, come on, bro, like, don't do that, right? Just save them for tomorrow, right? And then get up, fight's over, get up, go to the store, right? Halfway to the store, I'm in my car, and I'm like, bro, it's just a chip. Go to the store, come back, Kill the entire bag, bruh. So here's the thing. We talking about all this stuff like the military, like, the torture and how crazy we are. Bruh, that shit will work. If you're interrogating someone and you want answers, forget violence, forget psychological warfare. Feed the dude a chip. Then leave the bag in a room where he can't reach it. You're getting answers, guaranteed. Because he gonna want another chip. It's impossible.
You know what? That is probably the most humane way to torture someone.
Think about it. Yeah.
You know what I would do?
Answers.
But I'm a little darker than you are. I would just give them some heroin. And then keep it away from them. Because apparently heroin is the most addictive drug, and you do anything to get your next fix. So I would just get them addicted to heroin. And then after, they just have to tell me whatever they want. And then they can have as much heroin as they can stand. And then they'll just OD and kill themselves. So kill two birds with one stone.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, that could work. Yeah, that's
but
very
chips,
dark.
Again, that's probably the most humane torture.
Yeah, man. Okay. I didn't know you were gonna take it there.
I told you it was a little darker.
Yeah, man. On a lighter note, well, not that light, but seeing as to how LeBron pretty much decimated an entire country, but
yes, you're right.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
I hate to cut you off, but this is about the money right now. We have a sponsor. And you reminded me, because I know where you're going, but I have to read the sponsor. Again, I don't want to fuck with the money. We're doing very well. So do you mind if I read the ad really quickly?
Let's do it.
This week's episode of Fried Bologna is brought to you by the Toronto Raptors. Thank Drake. All right, now that that's out of the way.
Wow.
Please continue.
Short and simple. Yeah. So it's kind of interesting because, LeBron, he destroyed them. Like LeThanos came over there and just took souls away, bruh. Now, it's kind of cool
Snapped
though.
His fingers,
like
4 games later, everybody was gone, including the coach.
Including the coach. But I couldn't help but get flashes of almost like the Pacers going at the Knicks and Spike Lee's on the sideline. John and Reggie just proceeds to just destroy New York. Or even like Michael Jordan, talking here and there to Spike. So, and then just LeBron pretty much destroying the entire team, like literally unstoppable. It was amazing to watch. It really was. Now, when the series ended, I was like, oh man, like literally, as soon as the series ended, I was like, man, heads are gonna roll for this one.
Yeah,
man.
I think as great as everybody agrees LeBron is, I don't know why, but I still feel like he is the most unappreciated player in the NBA.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't really think not me, because I'm a big Bron fan, but I don't think we collectively truly appreciate what we get to watch in LeBron. Like, when Mike was playing, we knew it was magic every single time we got to see him play. We knew how special it was every single time we got to see him play. But, like, we've created this unattainable monolith of what greatness is supposed to be. And we're allowing LeBron James's stellar, one in a lifetime, 15-year career just pass us by. because we think greatness only looks one way. And
Yeah.
I think we should really recognize it. And I hear it sarcastically articulated by Stephen A. Smith when he talks about, how great LeBron is, but he says it obligatorily. He doesn't say it like with sincerity. And I think Stephen A. has something personal against LeBron James at his camp because they wouldn't give him access to them like he's been able to get with other great players. So I think he has like a grudge against them. But even though he does recognize his greatness, he seems like he does it begrudgingly. And I think a lot of people do it begrudgingly. If you're a Golden State Warriors fan, you diminish LeBron James's career. If you're a Kobe fan, you diminish his career. If you just hate LeBron James for no other reason, you talk about how he ring chases and teamed up with a team full of all-stars to win. Like, you don't actually understand that LeBron James was the best player on every team he's ever played for, ever. With no exceptions. Yeah, he played with 2 other all-stars. But it's not like they had a ready-made product. I don't want to relitigate shit we've already talked about. But I think LeBron James' greatness is still slightly underappreciated.
I would agree. With that. And a lot of it is unfair, and a lot of it, I would say, is a lot of it's Michael Jordan's fault.
Yeah, it is.
It's like, to be compared to him, you really have to have damn near a perfect career. It's like, it really is like once in a lifetime type of deal, and it's just unfair that if you are that good, you get compared to Mike. Yeah. Damn, if you do, he really can't win unless he just, gets 8-10 rings somehow and plays till he's 50. But then
they're gonna move the goalpost and say he played in a softer era. They always move the goalpost when it comes to LeBron James.
Yeah, and one thing I also hear a lot is he kind of gets thrown in that Shaq category where it's like, well, he's so big and powerful, and it's like, yeah, but at the same time, like, it's kind of like you are assuming that running backs that deliver, like, are the first to deliver contact don't feel the contact either.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he's still getting beat up. That takes a toll on the body.
It's like saying,
I don't know.
To go back to you saying Usain Bolt. Well, if he wasn't so fast, that's a part of what he does. It's part of his game.
Right. It's like, if his legs weren't so long, yeah, it is. It's fucked up, man. It really is. And also, yeah. So far, off the court, he's been flawless. Like,
yeah.
Not even close to any trouble with the law. Not too many asshole stories of him floating around on the web, and no scandals,
gambling.
Right?
No
throwing people out of windows
with some hoes. No dick pics. LeBron he's been lights out.
Yeah, that's unheard of, especially in today's age. Come on, he's the GOAT when it comes to that, for sure.
With his high school sweetheart, who he's married to and got kids with, like,
right.
Hey, I want to be like LeBron when I grow
up. For real, man. He should go into politics, man. Squeaky clean.
Seriously, if they find something on LeBron, I wouldn't believe it at this point. I think it's just slander. I would file a cease and desist.
Yeah, that'd be legit fake news for sure, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey. Speaking of the NBA, watching the playoffs, and they're starting to show a lot more players into the arena to show off what they're wearing. See a lot of interesting shit. I'm not gonna lie, a lot of interesting stuff.
We're living in very weird times.
Yeah, man. Between Westbrook and Harden during the playoffs, it was like you never know what you were gonna get. Um, and it kind of got me thinking like how the rule implemented that Allen Iverson. I'm sorry, the NBA implemented that rule, the Allen Iverson rule, for the most part,
Mm-hmm.
where they're like, you guys can't be coming in street clothes and stuff like that, right? So, or if they did, they would get like heavy fines. So I was thinking, random question for you. So, hypothetical here. Let's say, let's go back to the Pacers versus the Cavs series, right? And let's just say a player like Lance Stevenson, okay, for that entire series, both home and away games, Lance Stevenson arrives in his game uniform. Does he get fined?
It's funny you asked that because I was just thinking I would just troll the camera people, the photographers and social media by just showing up to every game in my jersey. He shouldn't get fined for that. I mean, I think that's genius. Like the crazy shit that they wear. No, I don't see why you would. Because you can wear a Drew Bledsoe jersey. Why can't you wear your own?
Your own game jersey. And then if they come at you like, hey, this the playoffs, I'm game ready, bruh. I'm not playing no games. I'm guarding LeBron.
Or
like they can't do anything. They couldn't.
In a swingman jersey of his own.
I mean, I was just thinking that, and the other part of that hypothetical is, I can't believe no one's ever done it. Like someone like Swaggy P or what's the dude's name, JaVale. I can't believe it, or even JR.
JaVale would probably, the reason he would have wore his game jersey because he forgot his real clothes at home. Sorry, coach, I forgot my clothes at home. I had to wear my jersey here.
Oh, damn it, JaVale. All right.
Yeah. And he's got a pair of slippers on. Wearing some Devos.
Yeah, man. Yeah, let's get that done in NBA. I kind of want to see a player do that and see what happens. Never been done before. Yeah.
I would have thought of it already.
Right. I feel like I would have thought of it too. I don't know. It must be a hell of a fine we must not know about.
Or maybe they're just not thinking outside of the box enough.
Maybe you're right, man. Huh.
Yeah, I feel like that's low-hanging fruit.
Yeah, maybe that's true. Maybe Lonzo would do it, LA's pretty lax.
It's true.
Yeah.
Switching gears here, sir. So, there's a lot of empowerment going on within our community. Our community meaning the black community. And lately, I've been hearing a lot of interesting greetings being shared between black folks. And one of them is like, hey, how's it going, Queen? What's up, King? It got me to thinking. That is very empowering. It's nice. I'm pretty sure it brightens somebody's day. But if we want to think of like monarchies, there was only one king and one queen. Everybody wasn't a king or a queen. There was one king, one queen, and a lot of peasants. So the odds of these people being called kings and queens, like actually being kings and queens, is pretty slim. I think more accurately, we should probably be calling each other peasants. Because we probably were.
So collectively, you want black people to bring each other down by calling each other peasants?
I mean,
what's wrong
we don't actually
with
have
uplifting?
to call each other peasants. I'm just saying, stop calling each other kings and queens, because we all can't be kings and queens. Somebody's got to be peasant.
So like when you're like out and about, right, and you hear that, it kind of makes you cringe.
It's annoying. That's annoying. And you know what else is annoying? Is when guys and girls will call other girls like sis. Hey, what's up, sis? Shut that shit up, man. We ain't related. And not just that, is you don't even call your real sister sis. You call them by her name. Like, if I gotta call you sis, that means our relationship is not really that close. It's not. You don't gotta sell me on the relationship by making up by calling me your sister. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, no, no, call them by their name, just like you do your real sister. That's just annoying.
Now, I see your sis and raise you with big bro, big homie. I can't stand that anymore, man. Because everybody's big bro. Everybody
Everybody can't be your big homie. Most people only have like one big homie, 2 at the most.
Right. And I don't know if you noticed, but now it's like there doesn't even have to be like a sincere relationship anymore. And I'll give you an example. The way it's used now, like let's say I went to the mall, right, and I ran into Kobe Bryant, and I asked Kobe for some basketball tips. He gave me some tips. I come home, right, and I failed to mention that I met Kobe, and then somehow Kobe gets brought up. And I'm like, oh shit, that's big bro. He gave me some tips at the mall. No. I just met Kobe and I asked him for tips and he gave them to me. Kobe has no idea who I am. Kobe forgot about that interaction. He doesn't care if I utilize those tips or I don't. He's not a big bro.
No.
He's not big homie.
No. And Kobe wouldn't have given you tips anyway. He's an asshole.
Yeah. He probably would have gave me, if he did give me tips, he probably would have gave me awful tips. Just in case he met me at the park or something. He's that crazy. Yeah. But
he would give you one tip. Just keep shooting until your arms fall off, or until you tear your Achilles, or get some kind of weird knee thing that you go to Germany to get it repaired for. Like, he just tell you shit that he needed to know, that you just keep shooting it and they'll say you're the best.
Wow, the hate for Kobe still remains, man. Even after retirement. However,
fuck Kobe. Always and forever.
But he slid down to number 3 on your hate list, because I think KD is number 1.
Because he's not active. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, but if he was still active, I think KD would still be number 1.
You're right, because the Lakers wouldn't be winning. So it's more appealing to hate Kobe when the Lakers are better.
And number 2 would be Draymond. Is that correct?
Like, nah, it would be KD, Kobe, Draymond, I think.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Huh?
Yeah, Kobe's got some miles, but I really do hate Draymond Green too, though.
Draymond makes it hard.
He did not want it with Rondo. I'm telling you, this whole tough guy thing Draymond Green does is so fake. He will cuss out a referee, call him names, but when it comes time to go at it with a player for real, when he's not a cheap shot kicking him in the nuts, he does not want any smoke.
And you speak nothing but truth there, sir. But, based on what social media is saying, Draymond and Charles Barkley, Sir Charles, are neck and neck as far as NBA tough guys. Half of the interactions on our Instagram with our fans or listeners has been, in the past 2 weeks, has been the Fried Bologna account going back and forth, defending Sir Charles. Pretty much saying, Sir Charles lifted up 315-pound prime Shaq and threw him on the ground. Sir Charles got into a melee fiasco when he was with the Sixers. All out brawl numerous times.
Let's not forget the infamous shot of Charles Barkley shooting free throws with one closed black eye. Charles Barkley was throwing and receiving punches, and that was a regular season game. That one game that you were talking about was preseason. Charles Barkley was a real tough guy. He might not have been the toughest one of the guys back in the day, but he was a real tough guy. Charles Barkley was not for play.
Charles Barkley was throwing civilians out of glass windows. He was throwing them through glass windows at bars. Come on. Now, so far, all we've seen Draymond do is talk. We've yet to see Draymond get in like a real physical altercation. Now I get it; it's a different NBA.
Bradley Beal
but
tossed
still,
him up a little bit.
Wait,
that was earlier
what?
This year.
Who?
They got in a little tangle thing, and yeah, Bradley Beal threw him down to the ground. Go ahead, get your Googles on.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah, but I mean, he's just not on that list as far as NBA tough guys. He doesn't have to be, but
he thinks he is. I guess people actually believe he is, but he's the new tough guy. Just like he's the new best rapper. Like all you gotta do is say it.
Yeah. That's true. Yeah, we overreact to everything now these days.
Yes. Speaking of hip hop,
yeah, because according to that,
go ahead.
I
think you're about to
according
finish
to
something.
that.
Go ahead.
Well, according to that, what I've learned from being on social media is if you do anything, like if you accomplish something, a goal, a task, right? Or if you have, if you experience success, you can then call yourself an icon or a legend or even a GOAT.
Yes.
That's the type of climate we're living in now. Any accomplishment, anything, icon.
GOAT is very overused.
Or genius. Yeah, we talked about that last show too. Genius.
Yeah. Everything is genius.
God. Yeah, man. Go ahead. No, what were you going to say? I'm sorry.
I was speaking of hip hop, I want to ask you if you've gotten an opportunity to listen to Royce da 5'9's new album, The Book of Ryan.
I have not, man. I have not. I know you're a big Royce fan, man. Now you have been sending some tracks to me. The tracks I've listened to, it's some of the best music I've heard in a while. I am impressed by Royce. He's top? He's definitely top 10 lyricist, but he just doesn't get his just due.
No, he doesn't. And I was on Twitter not too long ago, and I tweeted Crooked Eye, who, by the way, shouts out to Crooked Eye. He engages with fans all the time. I feel like I know the guy. That's Big Bro right there. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I know him because 9 times out of 10, if I tweet at him or respond to him, like he'll give a well thought out response to a hip hop inquiry. So I said, can an artist actually be the best hip hop artist out and be the best lyricist? Can that exist at the same time? And his response was, basically, what do you think? Do you think it can? I think there's an avenue for it, but not these days. You can't be both. Like, although even like Kendrick has a lot of commercial success, he's not the biggest rap artist out there. Even though he might be the most lyrical, so Royce won't get his, like, amongst the hip hop community, Royce will. Like, you got to remember, Royce came out with Prime 2 like a month ago or 2 months ago. Like, this is his second album in the same year, in the same quarter. Well, no, I guess not the same quarter. In the first 2 quarters of the year, one in March and one in May. So Royce has been working like crazy, and he also dropped a mixtape not too long ago, the Bar Exam 4. He stays busy. This album is so introspective. Like, I've been listening to Royce since high school, and we're talking like over 20 years, I guess. Now I've been listening to Royce, or about 20 years. Uh, Shit, what's my math? No, not, it can't be over 20 years. So maybe 15 years or so. Uh, um, and after you listen to one artist for that long, you feel like you've learned or know everything there is to know about him. But he opened himself up to a whole new side of him that I did not know I didn't know. And the stories, the way he rhymed them, the way he rapped them, the way he illustrated it, it's probably his best album as far as storytelling, diversity. Like the song I sent you, Cocaine, like he's like kind of singing on that track, but it works because for the story. It was dope, man. You should really listen to the album cover to cover. I think you'd enjoy it.
Yeah, he's a true artist, man. He's a true artist. Similar to how I put Crooked Eye in that category too, and even Emo Joe. I mean, because they truly are putting their heart and soul into their music, and it's just rare,
Man, I was Joe at rap again.
Yeah, man. What's that?
I was Joe at rap again.
I think he's gonna come back, man. He's gonna come back with something, because he has too much to say, and I feel like over time the fans are gonna start demanding it. Yeah, that's true. But I mean, is that enough? I mean, do you? I think somebody like him would eventually get the itch again and put out something. If not an album, maybe a mixtape.
Yeah,
at least I would hope.
I think you're right. I think there's going to be a little too much expectation. He lives music. I doubt that he'll be able to continue not making it.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, shouts out to Joe and Royce and Crooked. I guess in the Funk Slaughterhouse, Joel and the Joe Budden podcast. Very entertaining. I enjoy listening to it every week.
Yeah, but they are really long though.
Yeah,
they are.
I listen to it in sections.
Yeah, man. That's one of those podcasts you should listen to like with the speed quicker, like 1.5.
Yeah, like
speed,
1.5.
1.25. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. But I guess they decided that all other podcasts are the competition. So in that case, fuck the Joe Budden podcast, even though I'm a fan.
Yeah. Yeah, that'll probably be our next ad. The Joe Budden podcast.
Fuck him, but I'm a fan. I know our listeners are probably wondering, we're almost an hour in, and Tin Man has not done an unfuckwittable. And there's a reason for that. Over the last couple of weeks, man, shit's been pretty good. I haven't really been bothered by all that much. As our fans, our listeners will be listening to this, I will be on my first day of a new job, and or if you listen to it throughout the week, this has been my first week of my new job. And contrary to popular belief, Fried Bologna does not pay our bills, so we actually do have regular jobs that we do go in. So again, I've got a lot to be happy about. So I'm gonna spare my bitterness and anger from my unfuckwittable to just be happy. So I know it's a change of pace. Don't worry, I'm not changing on y'all. This is just 1 week. I'm not gonna do it.
Wow. So I guess on behalf of all the Fried Bologna fans out there, I guess it's only right that I hope that you get fired so we can have some more incredible unfuckwitables. Right? I mean, that's the right thing to do.
Damn. Well,
Isn't I mean,
let me just go ahead and just get this out of the way. IQ. Fuck you. But I understand what you're saying for the sake of entertainment. Yeah, I hear you, but no, I'll be mad again by next week. I can guarantee you that. Something's really gonna grind my gears by next week, and I'll probably have a slew of unfuckwitables.
yeah, man, it's like clockwork, man. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I'm never in a good mood. I'm never in a good mood that long. So,
What's have you ever had a good week? 7 days, good.
ugh. As an adult,
Yes, as we'll say like like after 21. Can you recall having? Can you ever recall saying to yourself, "It's been a good ass week"? Week.
a good week, a whole week. We haven't had a good weekend. Oh man,
Oh, I'm trying to think too.
shit. I don't know if I've ever had a good week before.
That's
A
a
whole
damn
week of
shame.
good. Oh man, yeah. Nah, not
Sign
like
of the times, bruh.
not a
Sign of the
streak.
times.
Yeah, hey, apparently, according to some article that I read, the headline on the internet, uh, there's a lot more people depressed these days than ever in the history of whenever they decided to start measuring that stuff.
Makes sense.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it doesn't surprise me at all.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, a lot of it is like the times we live in. Compared to how it used to be when our parents were young bucks. Everything costs more. Jobs can't cover your expenses. Commutes usually kill you. Yeah,
Hmm.
makes sense. And on top of that, something our parents have to deal with is we are bombarded with things that make it seem like our lives aren't that good. You're bombarded with social media stuff with people on islands and eating foreign foods and chopping up with the locals. Yeah, I don't know how you get out of it. So makes
Yeah,
sense.
yeah, yeah. It's a miracle that I get myself out of bed every day.
Yeah, man.
Sometimes you wonder, what's it all for?
Yeah, yeah. Oh, on a positive note, we're both rocking baldies, but I saw something on the internet. I was like, oh man, this could be the answers to all our problems, man. And this could help LeBron also. So
Oh, so I'm guessing
for people,
this is pro hair. Let's hear it.
yeah, this might be a game changer. Was on YouTube, came across a video where they have this thing like, if you have male pattern baldness, and actually want like a nice looking haircut, you can get a male what is it? A male scalp pigmentation uh surgery. So basically what they do is so let's say like your hair, they'll pretty much tattoo like hair follicles on your scalp to give off the appearance like you like shaved your head, not with a razor, but just like
Like the
like
shadow.
with like a one. Yeah. So it's like a permanent shadow, perfect hairline on your head, so you don't look bald anymore, right? Now the only thing is you just have to kind of like shave your head, like I think like what every 2 days, but you're no longer bald. Um,
Yeah, I'm uh I'm completely against this. I've I've seen this done before. Not like, like personally. I was actually just at my sister's graduation, like I stated a little while back, and I saw a guy who had this done, and I spotted him from at least 20 yards off. And you can still tell that the person is bald. Because when you're bald, your head shines differently. And it is quite noticeable. I was like, that dude's got the tattoo hairline. And my cousin was like, where? I said, that nigga right there. And it's like, how can you tell? I was like, look at his head. Look how it's shining. That hairline ain't real. So yeah, no, I'm not. Yeah, I honestly would be cool if they just made it to where I'll never have to shave my head again. I'd be cool with that.
Okay, yeah, that'd be dope. That'd be dope. Yeah. Hey,
I would love to
that's
have
embarrassing,
hair,
bro.
but
Yeah.
if I can't, I just don't want to shave no more.
Yeah. Yeah. That's really embarrassing to get that procedure, and then right off the bat, everyone can tell. Oh, yeah, you got that male tattoo thing. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then the thing is, like, to get it removed, it's like removing like a legit tattoo on your scalp. Because apparently, this is like really famous YouTuber. I can't remember his name, but when I say famous YouTuber, like he's up there. He's making a lot of money off YouTube, and he got that procedure, and they completely fucked it up. Like his hairline.
I saw.
You've seen that before?
Yeah, he had a really weird looking hairline.
Yeah, his hairline was like, they did it to the point where it's like, oh, like he's going bald. They gave him a receding hairline, but tattooed it on his head. So he had to get it removed, man.
That's not what he wanted.
Like you see those hairlines, like where like your hairline's doing like the M, like the letter, like a messed up W, or
like Dracula.
Yeah. Right, exactly. They tattooed that on that man's head. Yeah.
Why did they do that?
Had to get it removed.
Somebody had it out for him. Like, he's going in there to make it look like he's not losing his hair, and they gave him something to make it look like he's losing his hair.
Permanently. Made it hard to come off, man. That's foul, man. Yeah.
Yeah, they was messing with him. Well, I mean, he had it coming. Like, if you're gonna get a tattoo on your head, man, that's not like of a spider web or fucking flames or some other badass thing that bald head dudes be tattooing on their heads, a big red star, I don't know. Then you shouldn't be getting no hairline tattooed on your head, man. Like, it's okay, man. Just again, you just gotta own it, man. The more you try to cover it up, the more insecure you seem, and people can feel it. People can feel your insecurities with your bald head.
Yeah, but and also, like, when you say own it, that goes both ways too. Like, you don't want to own it where it's like you're rocking that I have it on my side, my side's in the back thing, but I'm bald on top.
Nah,
and
you don't need.
And quite
George
honestly,
Jefferson.
I don't know why that ever became okay though.
We know you don't have hair, George Costanza.
Right. Right.
We know you're bald, Uncle Phil.
Like, I feel like, yeah, R.I.P. I feel like the post Mike era. I felt like okay, everyone should get on board and just shave it off. Especially if you're black. What's there to hold on to? It's the better look, and people love it now. Like in the '90s, come on. I don't know,
dude. Being bald is not all that bad. Like, don't get me wrong, I hate shaving so often. I'd prefer to have hair, but since I don't, being bald ain't bad, man. It's like,
it's really not. Yeah.
I've never been, I've never been in a position to where something didn't work out for me because I was bald.
Yeah, it's yeah, like you said, the only hassle is just having to shave every day or every other day. Yeah, it sucks. You know?
Yeah. Did I tell you I shaved my beard?
No.
Yeah, I didn't shave it all the way
What are you
off.
rocking?
Like I'm not rocking the super close facial hair. I still got like like a little longer than 5 o'clock shadow beard, but it's not long anymore.
Damn. What prompted the change, bro?
Felt it was time, man. I was rocking the beard for a while, and I just felt like it was just time to either start over or just have a different look for a little while. And I didn't realize my chin was as short as it is. For a while, I thought my chin was like a little longer, maybe like a little pointier. I don't know, maybe like the V for Vendetta guy. I just thought my chin was longer, but it was. Turns out it was just all hair this whole time.
Damn. Yeah, you must have been rocking for a while, man. If you forgot how
I
your
have
chin looked,
been.
bro.
Yeah.
Jesus.
I remember my
Uh,
brother. My brother grew out a beard a while ago. Well, he still has his beard, but he grew out a while ago and shaved it. And I didn't know he had like a booty chin, like a like a cleft chin. I didn't know he
oh
had
yeah.
one, and he does. I don't know where he got it from. Nobody in my family has that chin.
Yeah. I mean, and then I guess also like if your beard is like on like a Rick Ross or James Harden level, I'm imagine for RNs, that's a lot of upkeep. It's not like you have a personal barber making sure it's you know top notch all the time. It's
Have
a
you
lot of
seen my
hassle, I
brother's
bet.
beard?
I saw it. I saw when he grew out like on a Rick Ross level. That looked like it was no joke, man.
My
Yeah.
brother's beard is glorious. I'm jealous of his beard, like very jealous. Um, I wish I had a beard like his, but um, I don't. My facial hair don't grow that way.
Damn. Yeah, that's crazy. One brother has a full grown man beard and the other can't get it. It's nuts. I thought it was all
Yeah,
hereditary. I thought if one have if one had one, the other one would.
you would think,
Genetics.
man. You would think,
Yeah.
but the beard
Damn.
gods didn't find it fit to bless me with such a glorious beard. But it's all right, man. I'm happy with what I got. I'll deal with it.
Gotta work with what you got. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Speaking of what you got, what else you got?
That's all I got. What you got?
Man, I don't got as much. Like these last 2 weeks, I've been just all over the place, man. Like I was in North Carolina. Oh, by the way, I will say this about North Carolina and the South in general. Um, I used to live in Atlanta. My folks live out there. I guess I've just been gone for a while. From the South. Uh, I've never seen so many fat asses in such a small area before. It was like it was so normal. You know what I mean? It's like all the women had asses. Good looking women, ugly women, skinny women, fat women, in between women. It was like 9 out of 10 of them had an ass. And if you were the 1 out of 10 that didn't, you relocated there from somewhere else.
Yeah, man. Shouts out to the South, man. It's like it's just something in the water.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. They got it all figured out. I don't know if it's in if it's in the water, if it's in the food. Uh yeah, again, they got to figure it out, man. Good for them. Good for them. Yeah, but other than that, Not very much has been going on the last couple weeks for me, man. It's been, you know, uh, just living life, man. Trying to make it, trying to keep my head above water.
No, 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 no. You're living your best life, sir.
Shut up, man. I knew I should have set you up like that. As soon as I said it, I was like,
Come
man, I
on,
hope you
man.
don't say that
I had
dumb
to say
shit.
it. Yeah. Come on. You threw the lob.
Yeah, you're right. It was only right for you to throw
Yeah.
it down. But
Oh,
yeah, man, if
shit.
that's all you got, and that's all I got, man. I guess we can get out of here.
All right, bro. It's been real, man. Good talking to you.
It has. Good talking to you too, man, and to the listeners, man. Thank you for holding us down still after all this time. Thank you for the support and the love, and we're gonna keep delivering that shit every week, unless we're off that week. Then it will be the following week.
Yeah, that part.
So hey, man, as always, man, we're just a couple suburban hood niggas out here trying to make it.
Amen, brother. Amen.
All right, man, you take it easy.
All right, man. You too. Peace.
Peace.